faculty, please be seated. You feel the energy? Yay! We saved the best for last. This is the last graduation ceremony for the whole university. Right? You guys are the best. This is the most fun graduation. It's the most interactive. So I want to start off. I want to thank all the family, friends, grandparents, children, significant others, partners who have come today to help celebrate the class of 2023, our postgraduate and resident students at the College of Dental Medicine, at Columbia University Irving Medical Center, and one of the 17 schools that make up this illustrious university, Columbia University, in the city of New York. So I want to thank all of you. A round of applause for those of you who have supported our graduate students over the years. One of the wonderful things about being part of this elite university is the chaplain service and the Office of Religious Life. We are honored today to have Rabbi Hain give the invocation. Rabbi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be here today representing the Columbia University Office of Religious Life. Our Dean of Religious Life, Reverend Dr. Ian Rottenberg, could not be here, so I'm pleased to be here in his stead. We gather for this signal occasion on the 18th of May, 2023, to mark a moment of transformation in the lives of extraordinary individuals and their loved ones. While we come together at this joyful celebration, each of us carries our own stories, our own histories, our own memories, our own tears, and our own laughter. As we look toward the future, we also reflect upon the past. We think back on our time at Columbia. We recall the many long days and the years that flew by. We unlock the floodgates of memory and swim in the countless moments, the ones we planned for and the ones that planned for us without our knowing. Whether by fate, by chance, or by design, we consider all that has transpired in our lives and in our world. Graduates, you are older now and wiser. You are knowledgeable, skilled, and well-trained. You're ready to make a difference, and we are ready to watch you. This is your moment. As you take this vital step forward into a future full of promise, know that you carry in your hearts, in your minds, and in your spirits your own legacy, that of your families, and that of this institution. Bless our graduates, bless their teachers, bless their parents and their families. Together we say, Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi. So, endings and beginnings. So, many of you may have been down to the downtown campus yesterday for the main graduation. And you heard that President Bollinger, after 2 decades, is stepping down, and there'll be a change of leadership in the university. So that's an ending and a new beginning. For all your family members and all of you, this is both an ending and a new beginning. But what they did is they took 2 decades worth of commencement addresses from President Bollinger, and they put them all online. And there's just a few things over the years that to me seemed to actually resonate for all of us for the College of Dental Medicine. And I just want to give a couple of lines that over these different commencement addresses, and he was a very thoughtful person because his whole theme was usually here the tradition was the commencement address for the university was given by the university president. There wasn't an outside speaker. And Bollinger said, my suggestion to you today is that most important thing that you have experienced at Columbia and will remember in the years ahead isn't captured in your transcript when you get it, or your photo album when you receive it. It is rather a completely unique experience in life, a sustained and concentrated immersion into a life of the mind that calls on you, first to suspend your beliefs, even your own identity, and then to deploy your imagination to absorb as much as you can the full complexity of any subject in any discipline you have studied, the multiple perspectives, the interpretations and explanations, the new possibilities that were repeated with practice. He then goes on to say in another year, designating that this university, this college, this dental school is an academy. And today he would say, in rewarding you the degrees in your respective fields, whether you're a prosthodontist, oral surgeon, general dentist, we recognize your academic accomplishments and now acknowledge your expertise in some area of study. But you are now also an expert of higher education in America simply by the virtue of your presence and your deep engagement with this little world over the past several years. In 2006, he had just been here for a short period of time, but he seemed to be really vision for the future here at this dental school. And he said, despite the wealth of information now at our command, and he didn't even know about ChatGPT, and that there's something most of us are ill-prepared for today. For centuries now, we've created new knowledge through a process of specialization, and that's all of you here, and a process to which universities are central. Indeed, virtually all of you will be specialists of some kind, and that's the good thing. The world needs more experts and smarter experts. And that is so true for all of you. Now, we have been extremely fortunate at this dental school to have the leadership in our dean to guide the college to work across these disciplines and areas of expertise, starting with digital technology, data science, which our dean, when he arrived here 10 years ago, realized that that was the future. An integrated approach by using a electronic health record that the nurse practitioners and our physician colleagues also used to provide better care. He also realized that mental health and substance abuse issues all impacted oral health. He too, I think, was a visionary, and over the last decade has kept us in pace with President Bollinger's vision for Columbia University. So I want to invite up now Dean Christian Stoller.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the faculty, honored guests, and most importantly, distinguished 2023 graduates of the Advanced Dental Education and Dental Specialty programs. Yesterday I was allowed to be funny in front of 40,000 people. Today, in front of your family, I have to be serious. It is with pride that I stand before you today to welcome you to such a momentous occasion. To the graduates, let me begin by expressing my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. Today, we celebrate your achievement and the successful completion of your training. This day marks the culmination of 1 to 6 years of hard work, dedication, and commitment. You acquired advanced and specialized knowledge, as well as the skills to administer complex dental procedures. Your presence here today is a testament of your abilities, determination, and passion for the chosen clinical studies. Soon you will embark on your own journey that goes beyond ordinary dental care. As we celebrate this milestone, we should reflect upon the responsibility that lie ahead. Each pain that you alleviate, every anxious patient you comfort, each smile you restore, every dental issue you resolve, each life you touch, will be a testament to your commitment to the well-being of those entrusted to your care. Commit yourself to staying abreast of the advances in the respective fields and engage in professional development to provide the highest standard of care in the years ahead. Foster collaborative relationships with colleagues both within dentistry and across the healthcare disciplines as a team dedicated professionals can achieve far more than an individual working alone. And as you embark on the next chapter in your professional journey, carry with you the memories of your student lives and embrace the privilege of serving others through your chosen profession. Congratulations, graduates. May this graduation ceremony be a celebration of your accomplishment and the beginning of a fulfilling professional journey. On behalf of Columbia University, I want to personally thank you for choosing the College of Dental Medicine as your advanced dental and dental specialty training. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean, and thank you for your continued support of postgraduate education in all its facets, and supplying us with, as I said, the vision in digital dentistry and data science. Now, many of you have left other dental schools from around the globe. You may feel committed to those dental schools. But I always feel, as myself, as specialist, that the last stop, that defining moment, that area of education that makes you the dental professional you are, is the place where I think your heart should lie and stay. And we have a person who's going to come up, Dr. Thomas Mignani, who I always say he bleeds blue. This is where his last stop was in his training and his education. And to me, this is what I would want all of you to do when you become alumni. And so now, Dr. Mignani has also dedicated the gifts that you will receive when you receive your diplomas from your program directors. So I'd like to thank him for those gifts for all of you, and I'd like to have Dr. Thomas Mignani come up to the stage to talk about our alumni.
And congratulations. Jim, thank you for always allowing the Alumni Association to be part of this great celebration. I'm currently president of the 1852 Society, which is the most influential and generous portion of the Alumni Association. It consists of alumni, faculty, and friends who help CDM thrive by providing much-needed financial support. I'd like to congratulate all of you for this major accomplishment. You all will be the leaders of the dental profession in the future. I'd also like to give a big shout out to the AEGD graduates from my daughter Mary, who graduated from CDM in 2017 and did a 2-year AEGD here at Columbia. She said, "You guys work very hard and are the best." Now, as you all embark on the second portion of life's journey, building a practice, I hope you draw from the lifelong friends, colleagues, and alumni that you met here as a student for help, because the CDM family is always there to support you. Come back, teach, take and participate in our CE courses, join the Alumni Association, stay involved with the school, and as I do, only refer to fellow Columbians. or a small school. In addition, the CAA, the Columbia University Alumni Association, which you are all members of, has over 300,000 alumni across the world. You can find them, meet them wherever you practice. They can become great patients and friends. Now, I would like all of you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. And think of a person who helped you get where you are today. A loved one, a mother, a father, a mentor, a teacher, or a friend. Can you see their face in your mind? Someone who helped you achieve your goal and loved you just for the person that you are. Can you guys see that person? Now, I would like you to think of yourselves in the future, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Do you see yourself as a person helping someone unconditionally? Can you see yourself? I am sure now, as you all open your eyes, you can. And because of that, the College of Dental Medicine and the Alumni Association will be in great hands for the future to come. Thank you all, and congratulations. It's a great achievement.
Thank you, Tom. You know, I lost a bet. I said none of you would close your eyes, so I owe you $1. Remind me. You know, one of the things that are part of the university is that everyone comes in, they study different disciplines down in even the downtown campus. They're studying physics, biochemistry, sociology, and so on, but they have a core curriculum. And decades ago, the decision was that on the postgraduate level, in order to have the orthodontist, the prosthodontist, the periodontist, the AGD students all have some common form of knowledge and common bond, a core curriculum was created. The person who played a major role over time was our Vice Dean, Letty Moss-Salentine. Now, one of the things is that she's trained a tremendous number of students over time, many of which have gone on to become volunteers and wanted to stay here as faculty members. And it became really important on the postgraduate level to realize the value of these individuals who have come back, sacrificed time, have sacrificed their practice finances to actually come in and work on a weekly basis. And thereby, one of the prior deans, Alan Formicola, had developed a teaching award. And it's part of our tradition that the person who helped develop our core also presents this award. Dean Salentine.
So, after this introduction, I don't have much more to say. Hello, everybody, and my warmest congratulations. I would like to add them to all of you and the members of the audience who have supported them, all these graduates, through these many years of professional and specialty education. We know that this has involved a lot of effort and sacrifice. The teaching programs of the College of Dental Medicine are fortunate to have access to many highly skilled dentists and dental specialists in the New York City area. And the postdoctoral specialty programs of this college are enriched by the practicing dentists who are willing to share their experience and expertise with our students, and who generously give both time and effort to serve as part-time volunteer faculty. With the Alan J. Formicola Award for Excellence in Teaching, we recognize one member each year of the volunteer dean's faculty. The award was instituted in the year 2001 and has been named after Dean Formicola, who served as dean for 23 years from 1978 until 2001. This year, the recipient of the award is Dr. Farenak Fasugi. say a few words. So Dr. Vasuki graduated with honors in 1996 from the Frankfurt University Dental School. This is Germany. After graduation, she worked for 2 years as a general dentist before relocating to the United States. She then attended Columbia University, where she earned her Master's of Science degree in periodontics in 2002 and her DDS somewhat later in 2003. She has been in private practice for the last 20 years. About 9 years ago, she became a clinical instructor in the Division of Periodontics, coming to our school every other Wednesday. And I want you to know this is a sacrifice, she's coming on Thursday. So anyway, she came every other Wednesday for a full day. Students love to interact with her. She is passionate about teaching them how private practitioners work in the real world. Her dedication was evident when she was the first faculty member, and it is important, to return to CDM after the COVID lockdown. And I must tell you that took a certain amount of courage. Her excellence in teaching has been recognized also outside Columbia University. In 2021, she was the recipient of the American Academy of Periodontology Educator Award. Congratulations, Dr. Vasuki.
Thank you very much.
Is it?
Thank you so
I
much.
think they want to take a picture of you. Oh, we have to go a bit forward. A bit there.
Thank you, Dr. Salentine, Dr. Stoller. It is quite the honor to stand before you today and receive this prestigious award. The honor carries that much more weight when I look upon the faces around me. Many were the same faces I saw when I myself was seated amongst the graduates, a testament to their enduring commitment. And so, we celebrate the accomplishments of all our graduates. I congratulate you all. It was a true joy to be a part of your journey here at Columbia. As you may know, I'm a product of this program in periodontics at the College of Dental Medicine. I fully understand that it's not just years of learning that we do here. It's years of investing our sweat, blood, and tears to become the knowledgeable, capable, and compassionate practitioners our instructors model. Through it all, I had invaluable guidance and support to help me succeed. Fortunately, this support did not end when I graduated. I always knew I could rely on my instructors, now my colleagues, for the challenges we face as clinicians. I would like to recognize a few people who make the backbone of the program in periodontics, namely our division chair, Dr. Papanu, for his visionary leadership, and Dr. Kang for being the amazing program director that he is. I truly enjoy working with Dr. Kang. We share a lot of laughs and sometimes a corner talk about you guys. And of course, I must recognize my forever mentor, Dr. James Fine. I would also like to acknowledge and celebrate all the program directors, past and present, such as Dr. Guna Hasselgreen, who throughout the years have availed their resources and encouraged collaboration across all specialties. So I received this award with gratitude for those who came before me. To my exceptional students, your dedication, passion, and thirst for knowledge fuels my desire to be amongst you, to impart the little bits of wisdom I have gained over the years. I hope all the graduates here today can look to us, your instructors, for inspiration and for guidance for years to come. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Farah. Beautiful words. I know they're heartfelt. As you can already see, our guests, that we have a lot of traditions, as I've already pointed out, that in the main campus, the keynote speaker is always the president of the university. We talked about our core curriculum that had been with us on the postgraduate level for decades, and the Alan Former Cole Award that's lived on for several decades. One of the other traditions we have is one of our full professors, our senior professors, who've been with our postgraduate students for decades, retires. That individual becomes our keynote speaker during that graduation year. So I want to bring back up our Dean, Dean Stoller, to introduce the next speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Fine. It is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, B. Gunnar Hasselgren, DDS, PhD, Professor of Dental Medicine, Endodontics at the Columbia University Irving Medical Center. Dr. Hasselgren's academic career spans for 57 years. In 1966, he was appointed assistant professor in the Department of Endodontics at the Karolinska Institute in Stockholm, the university from which he earned his dental degree. Subsequently, he held teaching and research posts at the University of London and the University of Göteborg, before immigrating to the United States to serve as Director of Research at the University of Pennsylvania School of Dental Medicine. Dr. Hasselgren had many roles during the tenure at CDM, most recently as chair of the section of Cardiology and Restorative Sciences. He also held positions of director of the Division of Endodontics, as well as the director of the postdoctoral program. It is a special honor for me to invite him to the podium, and you should know that this is a faculty member that served us for a long, long time, longer than, but your lives, you should know that. And he will retire at the end of this academic year. Please welcome Dr. Hasselgren.
Thank you, Dean Stoller. I'm still blushing. So, I think as a commencement speaker, having listened to many such things, you welcome Dean Stoller, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and most importantly, our postdoctoral graduates and their families. I graduated from dental school in 1963, and in the beginning of June, it will be 60 years within the profession. And as Dean Stoller hinted, I'm vintage enough to be asked to give this speech. There are many things that have happened during these years. And you think of various things, but something that stands out to me is we were the first class in dentistry who was taught sit-down dentistry. Before us, everyone had been standing up. And earlier, dentists had a shorter lifespan than other professionals. Other professionals had somewhere close to 70. Dentists had 49 years as the average lifespan. And I think standing up constantly when you work had something to do with it. So for health reasons, sit-down dentistry is a blessing. And quite some time ago, I needed a blazer. And we went to a shop, picked out one, and it had to be changed a little bit. So the tailor came out, and he took his measurements. And he looked at the measurements and said, "Are you a dentist?" So even I had started to tilt a little bit, because that's the way we are seeing our patients. So this made me start with stretching, yoga, and other things. And our postgraduates here, they can testify that in the clinic I'm the one who is harassing them about posture. We, as endodontists, have a benefit using the microscope, because if you set it up properly, you get the right position. But even others, you can use your loops and see to it that you have the right focus distance, and that will help you to keep a good posture. So when you talk about developments during this lifespan, lots of things have happened. We got fluoridation to fight caries, and most thoughts go into materials and techniques. In the late 60s, Denmark had a political situation where the right-wing bloc and the left-wing bloc were equally big. So the environmental party, the green ones, basically had the power. Whatever they wanted, they stepped left or they stepped right, and they got what they wanted. And the first thing was get rid of amalgam. And that came as a government rule, and the Danish Dental Association did something very smart. They didn't fight it. They said, yes, we will obey. Please tell us what we shall use instead. And in those days, there was nothing else, so the whole thing collapsed. Today, we have other things. Our composites are much better, and for each generation, they are becoming markedly better. But I think you can make a long list of different things that have changed. But the most important thing is that we are getting a better understanding of what we are doing. Our knowledge increases. Just one little thingy. When I and some vintage colleagues here went to school, the truth was that osteoblasts make bone become osteocytes, and osteocytes can become osteoclasts. That was the truth then. It's not the truth any longer. Osteoclasts are a totally different breed, as we know. So our knowledge has increased quite a lot. And one question is, how come knowledge that developed slowly during millennia, during later years, has taken off at another speed? And the physicist Niels Bohr, one of the founders of quantum mechanics, he was in London receiving one of many prizes, and he left the meeting, and on his way to the taxi, there was a journalist standing there asking just this question: how come during the last 150 years things have escalated in knowledge? And Bohr, in his absent-minded way, looked a bit up at the sky and said, well, it all started with Galilei, and then he stepped into the taxi and disappeared. And the journalist was left there standing on the pavement. But later he got in contact with Bohr at his institute, and then Bohr explained that Galileo was the first to emphasize that to gain knowledge we have to weigh and we have to measure. Otherwise, we are just dealing with opinions. And from there, our research has taken off. And hopefully, it reaches all areas of research. I reviewed a manuscript for an endodontic journal some time ago. The authors had studied MTA, stands for mineral trioxide aggregate, 3 words that don't really mean anything. What it really is Portland cement. But the people behind it wanted to patent it, so they called it MTA. It's hard to patent something that has been used for 2,000 years. The Romans used it to build the Colosseum and aqueducts and so on. So Portland cement is not exactly new. But what these authors had found, and they presented in this manuscript, was that if you add an acid, you lower the pH, the cement will set faster. The manuscript was a mess from many aspects. And this, that if you lower the pH of Portland cement, that it sets faster, has been known for 150 years at least. So I pointed that out, and I also gave them a reference to a textbook on Portland cement. And I sent it into the editor and forgot the whole thing. Then suddenly, months later, I got a note from the editor saying, "You have to read this." It was a very angry letter from the authors. They didn't like that the paper had been rejected, and they were especially angry with the comment that they should have read something outside the dental literature. They thought this was an unfair request. And I read it, and I thought, this is ridiculous, and I read it a few times more to see if I really understood what they meant. But it's so sad. I mean, you're building your own prison to sit in if you can't stretch out to others. If you adapt their ideas to what we are doing, we couldn't use our daily instruments, what we have on the bracket table, the explorer, the mirror, the tweezer, because they are results from research in mining, metallurgy, technology, tool design, and so on. And we couldn't use X-rays because Röntgen was not a dentist. In other words, it's completely ridiculous. So we have to stretch out, we have to learn from others, and sometimes others can learn from us, whether it's in the research or in the clinic. New England Journal of Medicine had an article some 10 years ago, and the author had looked into how physicians out in practice get their information, especially regarding drugs. And the result was they get it from salespeople. Some salespeople may be very knowledgeable, but they have a bottom line to deal with. And that's not the right way to get information. There is an expression, Dior, not Chanel and Dior, but D-Y-O-R, do your own research. This is the way you get objective information, and you can check out what's really going on. So my advice is check everything. Don't trust, especially not salespeople. Along that line, around the same time, there was a push that continues for evidence-based dentistry and evidence-based medicine. And this is, of course, excellent. And then we found that after a while, salespeople also started to use, there is evidence for this and evidence for that. And when you scraped a little bit on the surface, there was no evidence as usual. So it had just become another buzzword. So we are back to this. Do your own research. Check what is going on. And for you who are graduating now, I think there will be more changes in the future than there have been ever before in our clinical history. Bioengineering will give us a lot. Just one example. At some universities, there are studies ongoing where they look into growing tooth buds or growing teeth. And the idea behind it is that when a patient has a tooth that has to be extracted, we can take the periodontal ligament cells from this tooth, grow them on the tooth or tooth bud from the lab, and then transplant it into the socket. Personally, I like this idea much better than to put a metal screw into the patient. Another area that I think will become important is quantum biology. Lots of things are going on there, and I'm convinced that quite a lot of information will result in things that are useful for the clinic. But most of all, big changes will come from artificial intelligence and robotics. It has already been shown in studies that artificial intelligence, programmed properly, is better at reading radiographs than clinicians. And artificial intelligence can do much more than just read and write. And robotics can be combined with artificial intelligence. And things like excavating caries, placing a filling, will not be out of reach for robots. So the question is not if AI or robotics will influence the clinic. The question is when, and we don't know. You have been given an excellent education and training, and you are better prepared than most in your profession to deal with the future. If you keep an open mind, have your knowledge, and use the foundation you've been given here at Columbia, I know you have a very bright future ahead of you. So, on behalf of everyone here, we all congratulate you and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. I've done a lot of these ceremonies, and at the time when Dr. Hasselgren was the program director for endodontics, and everyone would come up, there was no better loved program director than Dr. Hasselgren. In fact, sometimes when they were getting ready to leave, there were actually tears from our endo residents. They didn't want to leave Dr. Hasselgren. So I said, for another $100,000, you could definitely stay. And you did have, what is that comment about metal replacing teeth? I'll have to read that speech later. I missed that. So now's the time you've all been waiting for. It is the time for you to finally receive your certificates or your Master's of Science degrees, or your certificates and Master's in Science degrees, depending. And one of the great things is that we have wonderful program directors. And as I said, we had Dr. Hausergren, the lineages now through to Dr. Kim. And I think Dr. Kim, you don't want to leave Dr. Kim either. I know that. And maybe one of you will cry when Dr. Kim. So I want to have Dr. Kim come up and start the ball rolling on the certificate in endodontics.
Congratulations, graduates. Today is a day of celebration and a culmination of your hard work, dedication, determination to this point. And we're here to honor you and your achievement during the program. Especially as the program director of endodontics over the past 2 years, I have had a privilege of witnessing all our graduates in our program truly dedicated themselves to serving others by exhibiting courtesy, professionalism, and respect. And this valuable experience and also personal experience with our residents graduating this year have reminded me of a famous quote by Mahatma Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And this implies that our own identity and personal and professional growth are intertwined with the act of making a positive impact on lives of others. And I truly believe that all our graduates in our program made a significant personal and professional growth while making a difference in and making a positive impact on lives of their own patients, colleagues, as well as faculty members, including me, during the program. And I'd like to introduce our graduates with some highlights. Please come up to the stage as I call your names. Dr. Albert Chang. Albert graduated from Columbia University Dental School. He presented his research project at 2020 annual meeting of American Association of Endodontists, and he will join a private practice in New Jersey after graduation. Albert? Yeah. Oh, yes, yeah. Dr. Julia Chung. Julia graduated from the University of Pennsylvania Dental School. She presented her research project at 2023 AA meeting and won the first place research presentation award. Upon graduation, she's going to join a private practice in California. Dr. Gi-Yong Cho. Ryan graduated from the University of Pennsylvania Dental School. He presented a research project at 2023 AA meeting. Upon graduation, he's going to join a private practice in California. Congratulations. Dr. Anjali Dave. Angeli graduated from Columbia University Dental School. She presented her research project at 2023 AA meeting and won the first place research presentation with Dr. Julia Chung. Upon graduation, she's going to join a private practice in New Jersey. Congratulations. Dr. Christopher Higgins. Chris graduated from Columbia University Dental School. He presented his research project at 2023 AA meeting. After graduation, he's going to join a private practice in New Jersey and New York. Congratulations. Dr. Johnny Kim. Johnny graduated from Columbia University Dental School. He presented his research project at 2023 AA meeting. Upon graduation, he's going to work in private practice in Long Island. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. So one of our, I think, incredible program directors, the people come from around the world to train with Jin Chen and receive their Masters of Science in Orthodontics. The amazing thing is they have a mixer before they actually even start their admissions process. I think it's probably the most fun thing that actually goes on here on our postgraduate level. She's incredibly creative. Those of you who need Invisalign later on, please line up. She's like a machine on that. But Dr. Chen, come up and introduce your students. Wait, hold on one second. Dr. Kim, you didn't introduce the remarks. Wait, stop 1 second. Your student to give the remarks. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You have to take a left. Tell them who's giving the remarks. Who's the other student? Come up. Come back up. He said, Dr. Kim sent you away. Please come up. I'm sorry about that. Both of you?
Yeah,
come.
I'll color up afterwards. Oh, okay. We should, Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna okay. Congrats, everyone, on surviving your residencies. Gosh, we went through 2 years of countless root canals, endless crying kids, and many happy hours. Like a roller coaster, endo residency can be a wild ride. 1 minute, you're on top of the world because you did your first molar apicoectomy, and the next minute, you're feeling overwhelmed because you can't find MB2. But it's worth all the highs and lows. As we're wrapping up this exciting journey, it's important to remember what Uncle Ben famously told Peter Parker. With great power comes great responsibility. We must remember to treat our patients with compassion and care, and don't forget to remind them to floss, even if they never listen. As I look back at my time in this program, I can't help but feel grateful for the support of my friends, family, and attendings. I'd like to thank Dr. Magahis, Dr. Boside, Dr. Konecki, and Dr. Hausegren. One special mention I'd like to make is to our program director, Dr. Kim. We've constantly bombarded him with questions about our cases, and he always makes time to answer them. We're very lucky to have him as a program director, and I know that CDM Endo, class of 2023, shares the same sentiment. Once again, congrats graduates. May our future be filled with straight canals and happy patients. And then I'd just like to introduce Dr. Chung up. She has a few more words to say.
I just want to add on to Dr. DeVay's lovely speech that I knew coming into residency here that I would be able to leave here with the clinical expertise that I needed to be the best specialist that I could be. However, the thing that I couldn't necessarily anticipate was how strong of a cohort that we all have. I know that we've all individually told each other that we are so incredibly lucky and grateful that of the people that we could have in our residency, I'm really happy that it's the 6 of us. And I couldn't really imagine graduating from this program with anyone else. However, this year we are so glad to add someone to our graduating class, Dr. Hausegren. You have been such a great mentor to all of us. We have learned so much from you, from your clinical expertise to also just amazing life lessons and humor that we always need in clinic, especially when we have a bad day. I am so excited for you and the rest of us as well for you to start your retirement, so congratulations on that. And congratulations to all of us to finally making it to our final graduation.
I apologize. This is how orthodontic relapse always happens. Dr. Chen?
Thank you. Well, take our whole life fighting for the relapse. Okay. I don't know how you feel when you walk into this field with the music of pomp and circumstances, right? Every time I hear that, I feel like I'm graduating again. Okay, I feel excited for my case, but today I'm standing here, I have the same feeling, that excitement same feeling as for my case and for your graduation. And also I would like to thank all the family to give us so many years support to allow you get into this stage. Orthodontics, especially contemporary orthodontics, is a combination of science and arts, okay, for over 100 years, especially for the last 30 years, along with the development of the materials, computer science, and the imaging technology. There are significant advances in orthodontic treatment modality. We have been able to integrate all these cutting-edge advances into our education and treat not only malocclusion, but also craniofacial deformity, growth modification, and multidisciplinary cases. Especially this last category become more and more integrated into our education. And 3 years ago, the 7 residents right now sitting down there joined us with their strong background in dentistry, starting their systematic training. And they came in right after that pandemic shut down, right? So our first meeting, I know everybody has a similar feeling. Our first meeting is through the Zoom. We're Zoom. 1 month, Zoom lecture. And I don't know how you feel. I feel like, okay, by the end of 1 month, I still don't know them, right? It's just you see the face, but you don't know who this person is, how they look like, how they interact with each other. But all my concern disappeared once we start our clinic part. Okay, I can see all these 7 quickly become a team, okay, a nice family, work with each other, help with each other. And they've been together through all kinds of challenges, including academic, clinic, social, and of course, the challenge of the space and the timing due to the restriction of a pandemic. They've been working extremely hard, and to gain all the training they need, I watch them like watch the kids growing, or my baby growing, like watch them make their first step, right? We just do the basic self-tracing, right? And then till today, they are so confident they can have no question on how to treatment plan, deliver their service, and also manage the cases. So today I feel confident as well to stand here to hand you your graduation certificate. I hope you can, after you graduate, with all the knowledge and technique you learned from this program, you will provide a highest quality of service to the community. And also make sure you keep your eyes and mind open to embrace all the new technology, new progresses. Okay, so right now I'd like to introduce our 7 graduates of class 2023. Dr. Ashley Alex, Dr. Alex is graduated from Columbia University Dental School. And she will join the private practice in Connecticut and New York City. Dr. Sahil Brahmbhatt. Dr. Brahmbhatt is graduated from Columbia University Dental School. He will also practice in New York City. Dr. Taylor Finn. Our 3rd resident graduated from Columbia University Dental School. She will join the private practice in New York City. Dr. Katia Haas. Oh, Katrina Haas. Yeah. Dr. Haas is graduating from New York University Dental School. She will practice in New York City. Dr. Daniel Kim. Dr. Kim graduated from Dental School of Columbia University, will practice in New York City. Dr. Matthew Kugathathan. Dr. Kugathathan graduated from Tufts University. She will join private practice in New York City. Dr. Taylor Peck. Dr. Taylor Peck graduated from Boston University. She'll stay in New York City for private practice. And Dr. Brambad and Dr. Peck will give us graduation remarks.
Good afternoon, deans, faculty, administrators, fellow graduates, and family and friends. My name is Sahil, and this is my co-chief resident, Taylor, and we're here to speak on behalf of the ortho residents. We thank everyone for the opportunity to speak on this joyous occasion.
The last 3 years in the Columbia Orthodontics program have been challenging, rewarding, and nothing short of incredible. We've been blessed to have 3 amazing full-time faculty in Dr. Wadwa, Dr. Chen, and Dr. Ohay. The 3 of them have been invaluable in our education and training.
We would also like to thank all of the part-time faculty who volunteer their precious time to come in and share their clinical pearls with us every single week. Having access to such a wide variety of treatment philosophies has prepared us to tackle any case we see in the future.
Next, a huge thank you to the support system in the ortho clinic, from the front desk to Damaris, Ingrid, Karen, and Samatha, and to the amazing assistants, Lily, Joma, Mo, and Sandra. Our success in this program would not have been possible without your help, and your contributions have not gone unnoticed.
Assistants, we're also sorry. We would also like to thank our co-residents in other programs for helping us navigate through interdisciplinary cases and for their cooperation in treatment planning and education. Lastly, we would like to thank the families and friends who have been with us through thick and thin to reach this point today.
To our ortho co-residents, this is not the end of our journey, but just the beginning. We carry with us the knowledge, skills, and values acquired at Columbia University, and we are ready to make meaningful contributions to the field of orthodontics and to our patients.
The friendships we've cultivated over the last 3 years hopefully do not end after this ceremony. Each ortho resident has made a unique contribution to this program, and without any one of you, this program would feel incomplete. We hope to stay connected throughout our careers and to use each other as resources inside and outside of orthodontics.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Be careful. So not to say that I'm biased, but you know, as a board certified periodontist, my heart lies with Dr. Papapano and Dr. Kang's program. And twice a week I get to hang out with their fantastic residents. So Dr. Papapano, you want to come up with Dr. Kang?
Thank you. So everybody knows I'm not the program director, but in Perio, you all know that I want to represent all the other faculty that is intimately related to your education, and you know that we really have a very heavy involvement. So I want to take the opportunity to congratulate the graduates of all postdoctoral programs, as well as their families and their loved ones. This is obviously a very special day for you all, a day when you mark an important milestone, that is the completion of your advanced education, either in general dentistry or in a specialty program in dental medicine. But I obviously want to particularly address the residents of our own program, the 6 graduates of the postdoctoral periodontics program that have spent the last 3 years with us under conditions that have not always been ideal or even normal. Soon after the commencement of your studies, our academic life as we knew it was totally upended by the pandemic. But you adapted, you worked very hard, and you persevered. And you accomplished what you set out to achieve. So here we are together today to celebrate your graduation from one of the most prestigious and most well-known programs in graduate periodontics in the country. So your program director, Dr. Philip Kang, will soon introduce each one of you. On my part, and on behalf of all the faculty of the Division of Periodontics who have followed your academic journey during the last 3 years, I want to congratulate you and your families and assure you that we are very proud of you. We welcome you to the Columbia University alumni ranks and hope that you will stay in contact with the Columbia community during this exciting new phase of your lives. Congratulations again.
Congratulations to all the graduates and their families, but my very special congratulations goes to these 6 amazing individuals who are graduating from our program in the postgraduate periodontics. So when your names are announced, please come up to the podium. First, Dr. Gretel Pellegrini. I'm sorry, did I mess up? I'm just going by what's written on the program. Gretel Pellegrini, it's a long introduction. She got her DDS and PhD from the University of Buenos Aires, where she also served as faculty for many years. She did her postgraduate training in bone biology at Indiana University before coming to Columbia as an advanced standing student. Over the years, Gretel was the recipient of multiple awards, including Columbia's Program for Diversity and Inclusion in Commercialization and Entrepreneurship Award, Dr. Ralph Kasalik and Jessica Kasalik Scholarship, Lionel Abzuk Scholarship, Divisional Excellence in Periodontics Award, American Society for Bone and Mineral Research Young Investigator Award, among many others. Most notably, she served as a chief resident over the past 1 year, and upon graduation, she'll join private practices, and I'm also trying to convince her to return to teach. So congratulations. Okay. Constance Teo. She graduated from National University of Singapore. She's a recipient of the Kenneth Siegel Award, and she'll move to Virginia to join private practices. Congratulations. Dr. Zishang Zhu, Peter Zhu. He obtained his dental degree from the University of Toronto, and he's going to join private practices in the tri-state area. Congratulations. Dr. Chris Namjoon Cho. He's a graduate of the NYU University College of Dentistry, completed the 2-year GPR program at Stony Brook as a chief resident. Upon graduation, he'll join private practices in New York and New Jersey. Congratulations. Dr. Richard Hong. He graduated from Tufts University School of Dental Medicine. He is the recipient of the American Academy of Periodontology Dental Student Award, Dr. Maury Schwartz Scholarship, Kenneth Siegel Scholarship. And he's going to stay around, join private practices in New York area, while also participating in teaching at Columbia. Congratulations. Lastly, Dr. Megan Pandilla. She graduated from the University of Pennsylvania School of Dental Medicine with honors in community service. She then completed a general practice residency at Weill Cornell Hospital, where she also worked as a chief resident. Upon graduation, she plans to stay around and then join private practices in the tri-state area. Congratulations.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being with us on this special day. My classmates and I began our journey together in the wild summer of 2020, as you know. We met over Zoom, of course, and everyone was a tiny thumbnail on my screen, not even an inch tall. When we finally met in person, I was delighted to find out they were much more taller, most of them anyway. And not only taller, but incredibly bright, diverse, and fun. They were as serious about periodontics as I was. They came from all over the world, with backgrounds from Singapore, Korea, Argentina, and even as far away as Canada. Together, we already had significant knowledge and experience, but the faculty quickly showed us how novices we were. Every Monday at 8 a.m., Dr. Papapano led us in a review of the latest literature. We learned to read deeply, to think broadly, and scan for details that we would never have thought to look for. Every week, he picked our brains with his insight. And as he always says, the devil is in the details. Even more nerve-wracking were our surgical seminars, where we each devised and presented our surgical procedures. After each presentation, we faced a battery of questions from our professors. They told me everyone crashes and burns their first time. I crashed and burned my first 7 times. Then luckily, I started just to crash. And by the time of my last seminar, I don't know, how did I do, Dr. Kang? Did I actually pass? Of course, this was excellent training, and we became more and more confident in diagnosing, planning, and executing our treatments. As I reflect upon the past years, I realize how many people it took to bring us all to this point. It does take an army to create a periodontist, and there are literally too many people to thank, so I won't. Just kidding. But that's CDM. Everybody works together. I must thank from the administration to the faculty, to the residents, to the front desk, to our assistants, and colleagues from many other departments. I mentioned the brilliant Dr. Papapano, And I must also mention our program director, Dr. Kang, who taught me how to be creative and compassionate professional and to love the time I spend with those around me. I also would like to thank Dr. Lala, Dr. Fine, and Dr. Wolf, and especially to the volunteer faculty such as Dr. Visugi, Dr. Tarnow, and Dr. Esco. Personally, I must also thank to my family and my spouse for supporting me through long days and endless nights, and my daughter Elena, who's screaming mama. I hope one day she understands why mama was so busy. And finally, to my wonderful co-residents, I learned most of all from you. And yes, this feels like the end of the journey, but in other ways, I feel like the journey is just beginning. I'm excited, aren't you? So congratulations to the class of 23, and thank you all.
Thank you, Gretel. You know, I said that Perio was the closest to my heart, but you know, I actually had to take it back. Thanks to Dean Stoller over the last year, I've been the interim program director of prosthodontics. So he's an amazing individual, Dr. Stoller. He managed to convince the ADA that a periodontist should be the interim program director of prosthodontics. I appreciate prosthodontics then. They have gone through an enormous amount of change, and they've shown a great degree of professionalism, ethics, and dignity during the changes that we've gone through in prosthodontics. And I think part of that is due to Dr. Luis Plementa and his leadership and him stepping in and really making PG Pros a fantastic program. Dr. Plementa, please come up.
What a huge responsibility now. Well, good afternoon, Dean Stoller, Dr. Fine, colleagues, faculty members. Parents, family members, graduating students. It's with great pleasure and pride that we gather here today to celebrate graduation of our esteemed residents in prosthodontics. I'm really proud and I'm confident that you guys will be very successful. This important occasion marks the culmination of years of dedication, hard work, and perseverance, especially for this group of residents who literally survived the pandemic. Throughout their journey, these talented individuals, Dr. Desi Matthews and Dr. Maria Vlock, have exemplified the highest standards of excellence in the field of prosthodontics. They have demonstrated their unwavering commitment to mastering the art of science in restoring smiles, improving oral health, and enhancing the quality of life of their patients. During their residency, these remarkable individuals have undergone rigorous training and education, acquiring advanced knowledge and improving their clinical skills under the guidance of experienced mentors and the support of our staff. They have tirelessly embraced the challenges posed by complex dental cases, employing innovative techniques and employing state-of-the-art technologies to achieve remarkable outcomes. Desi and Maria have also exhibited exceptional compassion and empathy, key components for a successful healthcare professional. They have approached all their patients with respect and the profound understanding of the impact that prosthodontic treatment can have on a person's self-esteem and overall well-being. Their ability to build strong personalized care has certainly set them apart as outstanding healthcare providers. Today, as they receive their well-deserved diplomas, we celebrate not only their accomplishments, but also their potential to become leaders in the field and to shape the future of prosthodontics in the country and in the world. This is not just the end of a moment, of a phase of your career, but it's the beginning of a successful career. Maria and Desi represent the future leaders, innovators, and educators in the field, and we have full confidence in their ability to make a significant impact on the lives of countless individuals, and they will represent all the core values and principles of Columbia University. Your dedication, perseverance, and relentless pursuit of excellence have paid off. I would also like to extend my deepest gratitude to the faculty members, the full-time faculty members, the volunteer faculty members, and also the staff that gave all the support for them to succeed. Your guidance and wisdom and unwavering support have been invaluable through their journey. Finally, to the parents and friends, I express my deepest appreciation for your support throughout the years that they have been here with us. You have been pillars of strength, providing encouragement, love, and nurturing environments for them to thrive. Today, we celebrate not only the accomplishments of our graduates, but also the invaluable role you have played in their success. As our graduates embark on this new chapter of their professional lives, let's applaud them for their achievements and wish them continued success, fulfillment of boundless opportunities in their chosen path. Congratulations, Dr. Maria Vlock and Dr. Desi Matthews. I'm gonna invite Dr. Desi Matthews first. Dr. Desi Matthews graduated in dentistry from Adams School of Dentistry in North Carolina, where he was my student, and then I had the privilege to join him again here at Columbia University. So congratulations, Desi. Now I'm going to invite Dr. Maria Vlock. Dr. Maria Vlock is graduated in dentistry from Columbia College of Dental Medicine. And now, this next year, she's going to be continuing her education as a maxillofacial prosthodontics fellow. Congratulations, Maria.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming here today and joining us on this most festive of occasions. It's been a very long 3 years, and I cannot emphasize long enough because we're in the trenches. And it's even longer when you think about how long we've all been in school, you know. Undergrad, dental school, residency, some of us go up to fellowships. And you sprinkle in a pandemic. Don't let the face fool you guys. I've aged a lot, you know, to the point that I feel like our degree should come with a senior citizen discount. But you know, I don't want to bore you guys with the usual like poignant phrases about graduation and achievements. I just want to get to the free food because I know that's why we're all here, you know?
So Desi and I just want to take a moment to thank and acknowledge some people that supported us and made our time at Columbia memorable. Firstly, our co-residents, past and present, thank you for sharing your wisdom and guidance with us along the way, and making even the toughest days a little brighter. Secondly, our families, thank you for your constant love and support in pursuing our goals and laying the foundations for our futures. And lastly, our faculty, who have been more than teachers, but friends to us. Thank you for investing so much of yourselves into our education and helping us realize our potential.
And just to go with what Maria said, again, thank you, friends, family, our co-residents, faculty, staff. You've all been amazing, and over these past 3 years, you've given so much support and love to us and made a treacherous journey a lot more bearable. And for that, we hope, you know, over the next few years and our time as we grow, that we can also give back the same level of support that you guys have given us. So thank you, and congratulations to class of 2023.
Desi, who said that food was free? That is true. You know, I just want to point out, once again, you know, there's a great degree of, yes, camaraderie amongst all of you and love from the faculty and staff. I mean, that's the great thing about postgraduate education here. I just want to point out this front row here are many of the faculty who support your programs who have actually come to give you all a shout out. So I want to give a round of applause for our faculty who've shown up here. Also, you know, the staff and the administration that help run the 8th and 9th floor. Paris, you just want to stand up so we give you some round of applause. And any of your staff. Is that Iris? Is that Iris Sereno? So Iris, thank you for coming back. Those of you who know the history of this school, Iris is an integral part. And Carmen Bonilla. And I think some people from the supply chain are with you, Carmen. So I thank you all for coming and supporting our postdoctoral residents and our postgraduate students. One of the unique things about our postgraduate and residency programs is that our hospital side is with an elite university hospital, New York Presbyterian. And so we'll start out with the first program that is basically a hybrid. It is split both between being a New York Presbyterian program and a Columbia University program. It is led by a fantastic person who's been here for a long time, has done many, many great jobs, and it's always fun to deal with, Dr. Vicky Evangelidis. And see? The dean is jealous. Can you do that for Dr. Stoller, please? Come on. And then her partner here, Dr. Devote. Come on up here.
As Dr. Wadwa said, I can go home now. All right. Dean Stoller, Dean Fine, faculty, staff, families, and friends, dear AGD class of 2023. It's my great pleasure to congratulate you today, the class of 23. You came from schools from all over the US and also all over the globe, including Central America, South America, Middle East, Far East, I don't know what to call India, Australia, and throughout the year, you provided a whole range of care to your patients, from expert diagnosis to prevention, managing disease, restoring function and aesthetics, and your patients' well-being. You demonstrated academic competence in your core courses, seminars, lit reviews, and case presentations. Under the able guidance of the very few but truly selected faculty, you learned new concepts and techniques and became more self-critical. You elevated the level of quality of care by engaging the CDM specialties in periodontics, where's perio? Endodontics, orthodontics, implant, and pediatric dentistry, and created an environment of truly advanced general practice. I'm personally thankful for your resilience, positive energy, enthusiasm, and productivity. You made coming to work each morning like it was no work at all. It may be evident to some of you that healthcare cannot function alone. Therefore, before you leave Columbia, I hope you take a few moments to say thank you. Perhaps to your fellow residents for the laughs and tears that you shared, and I know there have been tears. To the AGD faculty who instilled new knowledge in clinic and in class, and for regularly staying in clinic late hours to discuss your cases. The 8th floor staff who helped you manage your schedules and patient finances, provided supplies, maintained the operatories, and so on and so forth. The dental assistants, Dennis and Maria, who are ever present and never missed a day. And of course, the patient advocate and social worker, Carmen, Stacy, for helping us become more empathetic. Today, of course, is about you and your families. So thank your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, close friends, and children for their financial and emotional support. I'm sure you make them proud. Finally, as President Bollinger said yesterday, often answers are complicated. This is true in dentistry. Paradoxically, the older I get, and as Dr. Fine said, I've been here a while, the more I realize that there is so much more to learn. Some of you expressed this as well. We will never know it all. However, some of the things I learned are to seek out knowledge that improves your life and those others at home and at work. Keep your enthusiasm. Reflect often. Keep up the good habits. Be fair. Show empathy and be thankful. It has been a true privilege to be your director and your teacher. Again, congratulations and thank you. All right. Now I would like to call on Dr. Dante Devoti, our Associate Director, to read out your names and confer your certificates.
The graduates of the Advanced Education in General Dentistry one-year program. Dr. Mohammed Alazawi.
Congratulations.
Dr. Carolyn Hermosen Then. Dr. Jonathan Guzman. Dr. Giovanni Guzman.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Much better job.
They're twins. Dr. Sang Hoon Kim. Dr. Chan Young Moon. Dr. Dianette Ruiz. Dr. Isabella Souza.
Congratulations. We will let it, don't worry, I promise.
Dr. Zafran Tani.
We're gonna take a photo with them and then we'll go to the next one.
And now the graduates of the Advanced Education in General Dentistry second year program. Dr. Yasmin Abu Garbier. Dr. Dima Abduhamda. Dr. Leslie Andujar. Dr. Akanshka Bhatia.
You can come for the picture. I will.
Dr. Mila Dancel Beal.
I will. I know you guys go.
Dr. Maria Valentina de Moya. Dr. Mirianis Fife Gonzalez. Dr. Yeritza Jaquez Gomez. Dr. Ashleen Marmolejos. Dr. Juan Martinez. Congratulations. Dr. Carlis Santiago. Dr. Catherine Ventura Monzon. Lastly, we have the graduates of the Advanced Education in General Dentistry New York Presbyterian Residency Program. Dr. Medjin Etienne. Dr. Aaron Kang. Dr. Ju Hee Kang. Take your photo, take your photo. Congratulations. Thank you. Go see Dr. Go see Dr. Dr. Maria Gabriela Moya Ledesma. Dr. Peter Popek. Dr. Erica Sao. I got him. And now Dr. Juan Martinez, our chief resident, will address the class.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Congratulations to everyone graduating today. We made it. I wanted to say thank you to all the faculties, especially Dr. Evangelidis and Dr. Evori. Another big thank you to the staff. the assistants, PSA people, and front desk team. And last but not least, I want to say thank you to our family. They have stood by our sides and support us from Washington, Massachusetts, Georgia, Florida, New Jersey, Puerto Rico, Palestine, Dominican Republic, Iraq, India, Jordan, Philippines, Korea, Brazil, Bangladesh, and Venezuela. All of you have helped us achieve this dream, a dream that started a long time ago with a really complicated journey. The national boards, TOEFL, applications, interviews, out-of-state move. All of those were challenges that we overcame that led us here today. As Tom Hanks once said, if it were easy, everybody will do it. Hard is what makes it great. Soon we'll miss the drama, the tears, the fights, the chisme, but mainly each other. Because after 2 years, we have become a family, a pretty crazy and dysfunctional family, full of badass dentists and strong, independent women. And listen, the key takeaway is that your treatment plan must match your diagnosis, and you should always let the dentistry do the talking. Congratulations, AGD class of 2023.
No group loves Columbia more than the AGD students, almost as much as Dr. Devotee loves hugging. I was exhausted at the end of that, Dante. Our next program director, he's steady. He's calm, he's cool, he's collected. Nothing ever ruffles Dr. Bunza. And I don't know, he's been here as long as you, Vicky, so we'll even it up.
So I might be cool and collected, but nothing makes me more nervous than speaking into a large group like this. So the general practice residents take on many different roles in their very short time here at Columbia. Though they are recent dental school graduates, their rotations in the program have them take on the responsibilities of oral maxillofacial surgery first-year residents, ENT residents, and anesthesia residents in the hospital and operating rooms of New York Presbyterian. They have to learn quickly and accurately new skills that they did not learn in dental school, and they have to do it very well. And I want you to know that these residents have done that, and they've done it exceptionally well. Their dedication and hard work are obvious to all, and they consistently go above and beyond what's asked of them. They're highly motivated, always available to help, and just great to work with. And so I congratulate our residents and all of you graduating today on your accomplishments and wish you well in your future endeavors. I want to acknowledge and thank our Associate Director, Dr. Leila Agari, who is away and could not be here today, for all of her dedication and hard work in teaching and mentoring the residents. I also want to thank the 2 oral maxillofacial surgery residents who are also graduating today. They are the GPR residents' first line of supervision, and we're always available to teach and help the GPR residents. Now I would like to introduce the GPR residents. Our first resident is Dr. Emily Cohen, Malka. Emily comes to us from McGill University in Montreal, Canada, and she will be going back to Montreal to work in private practice. Thank you, Dr. Vanza. Thank you. Do we take a photograph? Our next resident is Dr. Corey Dixon. Corey came to us from the University of Maryland, and next year he will begin an oral maxillofacial surgery internship at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City. Our next resident is Dr. Michael Mariano. Michael came to us from Tufts University, and he will be going back to Boston to begin a 6-year oral maxillofacial surgery program at Boston University. Our next resident is Dr. Vicky Yao. Vicky went to Stony Brook University and will stay in New York State to begin an oral maxillofacial surgery internship at the University of Buffalo. I want to acknowledge our 2 other residents who could not be here today. Bruce Hume, who came for us from the Arthur A. Dugani School of Dentistry at the University of Pacific, and Isra Munir from the University of Pennsylvania. I am very proud to have presented to you the 2023 class of general practice residents. Thank you. Dr. Michael Marino will have some comments.
Good afternoon. I would like to start by congratulating my co-residents for all of our hard work this year. We have bonded over our shared experience of sleepless nights and seemingly impossible tooth extractions. Throughout this year, we were tested mentally and physically, sometimes going 24 hours with no sleep in order to fulfill our responsibilities. While challenging at times, all of us are stronger because of it, and we should be proud of what we have accomplished. As GPRs, we functioned as the last line of defense in the oral health care system, treating countless patients in the emergency department who were in dire need of help and had nowhere else to turn. From odontogenic infections to luxated teeth, mandible fractures, and even facial lacerations, we saw it all, gaining unique and valuable experience. Many of the patients we treated, particularly those with odontogenic infections and facial abscesses, highlighted the role of dentistry in the broader healthcare system. Neglect of oral health, even at the most basic level, can lead to life-threatening complications, further stressing an already overburdened medical system. That's why tasks as simple as providing preventative care and oral hygiene instruction to our patients are so critical. It's a responsibility that we all share as dentists, and one that can save lives. In the dental school clinic, we filled a separate but equally critical role, seeing medically complex and special needs patients for comprehensive care. Most of these patients needed treatment tailored specifically to them as individuals. Some needed complex interventions coordinated with their medical teams, while others simply needed a clinic where they felt welcome, safe, and taken care of. Dr. Bunza's calming presence was a relief to even the most anxious patients, setting an example for us to emulate. Finally, as members of the oral surgery team, we were exposed to some of the most cutting-edge maxillofacial surgeries conducted by Dr. Isaac. Many of us were able to assist in the OR as virtual surgical planning was used to make life-changing facial transformations for patients. In the pre-doc oral surgery clinic, we honed our skills as teachers as we walked dental students through extracting their first teeth. It was a truly rewarding experience to pass along the skills we had learned from our own oral surgery seniors. Being part of such a collaborative environment underscored the importance of being both lifelong students for our patients and lifelong teachers for the next generation of dentists. In conclusion, this year was filled with an incredible amount of learning and personal growth for all of us. I would like to give particular thanks to Dr. Bunza, Dr. Aklagi, and Dr. Isaac for being such great teachers and always supporting us throughout our time here. Additionally, on behalf of all the GPRs, I would like to thank the support staff, specifically Tanya, Luisa, Josie, Dora, Maria, Johannes, and Alma. Clinic simply could not have functioned without you. Finally, I would like to recognize the Peds Dental team for taking their fair share of on-call consults with us. Wherever our journey takes us next, we will always carry with us the memories and the lessons we learned here at Columbia. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And thank you for mentioning Dr. Isaac and Dr. Koch and the oral surgery residents. Many times you hear President Bollinger talk about the fourth purpose, which is to bring our skills and our knowledge not just locally, but globally. So Dr. Isaac, along with his residents Kevin Lee and Tyler Zenger, is down in South America doing cleft palate surgery, helping the communities down there. So I applaud the two people who should have been here, but are doing, as I said, the fourth purpose, Kevin Lee and Tyler Zenger. If you follow the history of our dental school, probably the best oral pathology program in the world was started here. It was run by David Zagarelli for years. Those are giant shoulders to stand on. Angela Yoon then came in when Dr. Zagarelli retired. And now Elizabeth Philippone has done an incredible job, all right, running this program and bringing it up to the next level. So Elizabeth, can you come up now? Thank you.
Congratulations to all the graduating residents. The Oral Maxillofacial Pathology Department is honored to be graduating Dr. Khan Treen. Dr. Treen has spent the past 3 years in residency training. Bright, hardworking, dedicated, and caring are just some of the words that come to mind in describing Dr. Treen. I have no doubt that she will be an exceptional oral pathologist with a very bright future ahead. We are honored to have Dr. Treen join us as a full-time faculty member in our department starting in July.
Hello, everyone. Before I decided to pursue dentistry, I told my parents that it would take 4 years, and here I am 7 years later. All well. But I think all of us residents in this room share the same sentiment. It's going to be a few challenging years, but it will all be worth it in the end. When I first started, all I expected from this program was this certificate. In the end, instead, I got a job, an immense amount of knowledge, lots of laughter and love, one-of-a-kind mentorship, a lifelong friendship, and oral pathology is a small department, but a very, very strong team, and I am very, very lucky to be part of the team, and I would not do my residency any other way. To someone who values education as much as I do and has said many years ago that we should be responsible for our own lives and should always try our best in whatever we want to do, 장미나, 난 오빠 말 따라하고 열심히 공부했다. To my friends who have been asking me for the past 11 years when I would graduate, guys, I did it. To my family, anh Bi, chị Ben, chị Quỳnh, bên me, your unwavering love and support are the reasons that keep me going. And last, but certainly not least, to my parents, cảm ơn bố mẹ vì tất cả yêu thương và sự hy sinh dành cho con. Không có bố mẹ cũng không có con của ngày hôm nay. This certificate is dedicated to you. I love you 3,000. Thank you, and congratulations again, class of 2023.
Thank you. You know, many dental students come in my office and then they say they want to specialize, and maybe, were you laughing about whether they want? And one of the things they always ask me is that, is there a personality type that goes along with each type of program? And it's, to me, it's a perplexing question. Like, I could never figure out the orthodontist, like the little wires and the little brackets and stuff like that would drive me crazy. The prosthodontist, sit in that lab and eat pizza till about, I don't know, 1 in the morning, playing with wax. So it's hard to figure out. But with pediatric dentistry, if I had to then say that I had to build a program director that fostered that personality, that built this approach that all pediatric residents needed to follow and become like, if they weren't already like that, it would be Dr. Richard Yoon. Dr. Yoon? Oh, where are you? Oh, you snuck up behind me.
So this year's class, as you know, is special in the life of Columbia University because they were recruited, selected, interviewed, ranked, and matched after the world had closed. We didn't see them until they arrived here in July of 2021. And much of their orientation classes, coursework, was accomplished via online technology. And yet they adapted, and yet they persisted, learned, and performed. In fact, they thrived. And we commend them for their accomplishments and for them to be where they are now, ready to move on to the next stage of their careers. They've provided on-the-ground leadership with increasing autonomy, demonstrating their commitment and shared sense of service, exams and simulations, rounds, seminars and conferences, consultations and on-call, educational oral health outreach, advocacy, data collection projects, and educational products of scholarship, dental student instruction, and dental treatment and care for children in the surrounding community and region, including those with unique and often complicated needs. They've proven the seemingly simple truth that if you show up and dig in and do the work, not only do you benefit, but everyone around you benefits. And finally, they are competent individuals. And I use this term not to say that they have achieved some developmental milestone or that they have met a set of criteria, which they have, but to simply share with you that they have been tested. And I believe that this immeasurable quality will serve them well wherever they are or with whatever they do. And I hope that they will always remember this period of life, remember the special time shared here at Columbia, as Columbia remains their home and we remain their biggest fans. Congratulations to the cohort of 23. We have graduate of Columbia College of Dental Medicine and future associate in the New Jersey metropolitan area, Dr. Marlena Adamczyk. Graduate of Penn Dental Medicine and future associate in the New York metro area, Dr. Jennifer Chow. Graduate of Tufts School of Dental Medicine with traineeships from New York Presbyterian Cornell and future associate in the New York metro area, Dr. Shivani Saif. graduate of Columbia College of Dental Medicine and the School of Public Health, and future associate in New York City, Dr. Sidney Shapiro. And graduate of Columbia College of Dental Medicine and past Administrative Chief Resident, thank you, and future associate in the New Jersey metro area, Dr. Shreya Sood.
Good evening, everyone, and good morning to my dear family watching this at home in India. It is an honor to represent this incredible graduating class of pediatric dentists. On behalf of these strong, tenacious graduating residents, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to our loved ones, families, and friends for being our rocks and helping us get to where we are today. Thank you for bearing with us every time our pagers rang at 3 a.m. Thank you for listening to our long stories, especially when our days felt like they were directed by Tarantino and Steven Spielberg. Thank you for caring for us with tiny surprises, yummy treats when we spent days studying for boards. Thank you for being absolutely cool when our family Spotify was only Disney recommendations. We would not be here without you. Thank you. Every morning as we walked into our lovely Haven Clinic, we knew the day is going to be okay as we greeted our hardworking front staff, Patricia, Tammy, and Gerelis. Greeting and hugging our wonderful assistants, Idalise, Joanne, Vanessa, Maria, and our lovely hygienist, Elihia, is the warmest part of our day. From cheering us on from the window when we did our very first closed papoose extractions to discussing the latest episode of Love is Blind, you ladies hold a very special place in our hearts and have been an instrumental part of our growth. You are truly the best in the West. Thank you to our rising second years, Dr. Riley, Dr. Ryan, Dr. Callie, Dr. Dhaval, and Dr. Jeremy. You have been our strongest pillars. You were eager to learn, you were eager to grow, eager to help, and eager to have fun. You made us look forward to every single day. We are so glad that we shared this journey with you as co-residents and will continue our journey together as friends. We will forever be grateful to our attendings, mentors, and role models, Dr. Yoon, Dr. Chusset, and Dr. Myers. With your leadership, immense patience, and mentorship, you pushed us all out of our comfort zones, made us believe in ourselves, and molded us into young professionals who will continue to strive and to keep growing and learning every single day. A shout out to our part-time attendings, Dr. Kwok, Dr. Tendler, Dr. Siegel, Dr. Reynolds, and Dr. Best, and our pre-doc attendings, Dr. Lal, Dr. Durant, and Dr. Tommy. Thank you for sharing your time, your love for pediatric dentistry, and learnings with us. You gave us a taste of the real world and have gotten us so excited for what is in store for us. A big thank you to our behind-the-scenes heroes, Jackie, Mary, Kelly, and Rachel. You solved all our problems in a heartbeat and made dealing with administrative tasks so easy. And now, a special thank you to my co-residents, my dear friends, and my sisters, Dr. Shiv, Dr. Marlena, Dr. Jennifer, and Dr. Sydney. Thank you for making the last 2 years the most exciting roller coaster ride ever. We supported each other through each day. We loved, we disagreed, we laughed, and we uplifted each other. Each one of you has inspired me to be a better professional, a better clinician, and a better version of myself. Our friendship means so much to me, and I'm confident that wherever we go, we will bring our passion and enthusiasm and carve our paths with great achievements. Together as a family, we spent the last 2 years celebrating each day, either with Dr. Chussett's Monday dose of cookies, or Callie and Sydney's sweet treats, or Jeremy's sourdough breads, or chocolates from all over the world. And yes, we brushed our teeth right after. We leave with a treasure full of memories, a brain full of knowledge, and a heart full of immense gratitude and love. It's not goodbye, my friends, it's just our time to fly. Thank you.
A final or another round of applause for our graduating postgraduates and residents. Incredible group, incredible group. I want to thank Dr. Biana Roik. I think she had to leave for helping with an excellent clinic administration, allows all of us to hone our patient skills with all of you, treat the patients, and have the necessary equipment on a daily basis for your education. So I want to thank her. Where's Kelly Johnson? Ms. Johnson, you want to stand up? Kelly is the Director of Student Affairs and Admissions for Postgraduate Education. She put together this whole program, as she puts together many programs. She tells me what to do. She directs me in many directions. She tells many of you what to do. So Kelly's fantastic and makes Columbia, once again, more of a home than just a school or an institution. Is Michael Waring still here? Michael Waring is the Director of Curriculum. He's the one who puts together the core course programs, your evaluations, and helps troubleshoot many things. I also want to thank Laura Sanis. Laura, although her job is really communications and continuing education, many of you know that Laura is there behind the scenes on many postgraduate courses, especially ones that take place in the evening, like Dr. Budaslav's Advanced Treatment Planning. And just to comment, one of the sad things is, yes, we lost Dr. Budaslav, who is one of our prosthodontic faculty this year, and our heart goes out to his family. And I want to thank Ashley Budaslav for stepping in this year and helping continue that program. I also want to thank Melissa Welch, who's not here as the Director of Alumni Affairs. And what Melissa has done is she helps us with a lot of these events, but she has slowly over time developed a much more localized alumni for our postgraduates with ongoing programs that are just directed to our postgraduate students. In a future one, and this is once again due to the fact that we had lost one of our favorite program directors over the years, Dr. Philip Turman, who had run the AGD program for a significant period of time. We will have a tribute for him in the fall. I think one of the final things that Dr. Bollinger has put out there, he said, for now, we can happily return to simple matters. The uncomplicated love and admiration of you, the graduates, by your family, your friends, and your university. You have graced the institution by your presence. You have taken your place in succession of enormously talented individuals, and you have the capabilities to guide us through the great issues of our time. May you also have the wisdom to live well with human dilemmas that we cannot escape, and that hopefully we have made your education here worthwhile. So I think these are prescient words from outgoing President Dr. Bollinger. So a couple of housekeeping things as quickly. So we've come to the end of the ceremony. We have pens with your names on it. So after you allow the dais to process back out, please come. They're by your program and your name is on there. Please pick up your pens. The second thing is, I've told them we're going to need more photo ops for all of you in larger groups, small groups, whatever. So please stay around and let your family also then come up and do that after, once again, the dais has been able to leave to get the free food. Desi, first, over the corner before you guys come out. Now for the benediction, Rabbi Hain, come.
And the prophet Isaiah cried out, Beit Yaakov v'chuven elcha be'or Hashem. House of Jacob, let us walk in the path illuminated by the divine. The Office of Religious Life of Columbia University recognizes the importance of dental care to the quality of life for all, especially for the elderly, the young, and the underprivileged. The researchers and specialists who are devoted to oral health, you are essential to our community's concerns. Graduates, may your paths forward and upwards forever be illuminated. Class of 2023, congratulations.